And I think the first part of this issue that should be articulated is AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
We've done a lot of videos on artificial intelligence and how it threatens your financial future if you're not prepared. Well, now we're starting to see that come to fruition. Now, we have reported that by the mid-2030s, several of these forecasting agencies predict that the world, globally, we're going to lose 800 million jobs by mid-2030s, thanks to robotics, artificial intelligence, and other forms of automation. This is another reason why I'm always saying now that we've got around 10 years to get this right, okay? If you are a Generation X, member of Generation X, or later, right now, Generation X, and I forget what comes after that. But you got about 10 years, okay? Otherwise, the opportunities are so vastly different that it's going to be really tough at that stage of your life to make the type of money you need to make in order to be financially independent. And I believe that. And we're starting to see that, okay? We've got this company that is located, and remember, we're talking 800 million jobs globally lost by the mid-2030s. And we're starting to see it. So we got a CEO who fires 90% of his customer support staff because AI chatbots outperform them. Now, let me say something. I don't know if you guys have used any of the AI chatbots out there. I have experimented with some. It's fascinating. Let me check a comment real quick. We'll get back to that. Alexis says, don't have Instagram. No interest in getting it. No interest in getting Threads. I like my freedom and will stay on Twitter. Hey, I don't have this Instagram either. Got on Facebook years ago, still on there. We're on Twitter with the Soldiers of Finance, like I said, and YouTube. And that's the extent of it for me. But yeah, I get it. I'm not about, and this is why on Facebook, I'm really, really radical and say whatever I want. I'm like, put me in jail, put me off the platform. I don't care. I don't care. We got this company that has got rid of 90% of its staff. Now, I've been using these chatbots, okay, experimenting with them. I'm going to tell you the line of experimentation that I've been running with these things centers around whether or not there is any semblance of consciousness within the AI, okay? Because some of the scientists working on it have said that there is. So that's my interest with this thing. But I must tell you that unless you knew you were interacting with quote unquote artificial intelligence, it would be indistinguishable from someone, a real human being on the other end of that, okay? So much so that I was going back and forth in a customer service capacity with a customer service rep at Google, as a matter of fact. And we're talking about an issue. And I said, are you human or are you AI? Because in my experience with AI, they're that good. It's indistinguishable. And the person and said, I'm a human. And then I typed back, but isn't that what an AI would say? And so I don't know how the person interpreted that, but they were like, they took me back to what we were trying to do, which may have been further indication that indeed I was dealing with AI. So the CEO of an India-based e-commerce company said it was necessary to fire 90% of his customer support team because an artificial intelligence-backed chatbot outperformed them, slashing response times down to minutes that previously had stretched beyond 2 hours. Okay. Sumit Shah, the 31-year-old founder and CEO of Bangalore-based startup Dukan, which assists merchants in launching digital storefronts and selling products online, shared the news in a viral tweet posted on Monday. We had to lay off, this is the tweet, we had to lay off 90% of our support team AI chatbot. Tough? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. He wrote. He added that the tech made response times on Duquesne go from 1 minute and 44 seconds to instantaneous. Shaw also shared that the AI chatbot took about 3 minutes to respond to customers' queries, while his team of humans took more than 2 hours. Now, all right, let's examine this for a second. It sounds like Shaw might have had a bunch of slackers working at the company to begin with. All right. I don't know exactly what the details are. Maybe this stuff was so detailed that they needed to, engage in a laborious task in order to find the information they were looking for. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't matter at this point because he fired them all. The firings reduced Duquesne's customer support cost by about 85%, he said. So what's he going to do with that money? He's going to plow it back into expanding that business more than likely. Shaw then ended the Twitter thread by announcing, P.S. We're hiring for multiple roles at Duquesne, calling on AI, e-commerce, and product design experts to apply. Okay, so we talked about this in one of the videos we did, how that these low skill jobs. And look, at one point I was a customer service rep, so I don't mind saying that it was a low skill job. So we're going to see those types of jobs get displaced by AI more and more. Hey, Think Mirror, how you doing today? So this is really telling, and it's a leading indicator of what we need to start thinking about in order to really insulate ourselves from this happening to us. Now, it seems like the white collar employment is most susceptible to being displaced by AI. The reason for that is, okay, I've got my house here, I've got my neighbor's house over there, the other neighbors over there. We all have different floor plans, different topography to get to the house. So if you come to change, let's say, a hot water heater, we're not there yet in terms of AI and robotics being able to figure out that complexity. Oh, I go turn this way to go down this guy's basement and then make a right. And then I got to go back here to the AI is not there yet. But for these tasks where you sit at a desk and you talk to people, AI is very adept at that. All right. Uh, let's see. So on Twitter, users were not convinced that making such drastic cuts to his workforce was the answer to integrating AI. One Twitter user says, we've lost all empathy, have we? Now, look, Twitter, you notice how the news media, they genuflect to Twitter as if Twitter is Twitter's like an expert. It's a nebulous group of experts. Twitter said Twitter is just like going out into the streets at lunchtime and just saying, hey, would you like to talk about this issue? Presenting, hey, and this guy fired 90% of his staff. And who knows who you're talking to? Maybe it's a bus driver. Maybe it's an executive. Maybe it's a high school student. Who knows? Okay. But I'm putting that out there because the cold, hard facts of business is what we have to pay attention to here, because these changes are coming whether we like it or not. And this is also going to precipitate what's known as a UBI, other initials that you need to become familiar with. UBI, or Universal Basic Income. We're seeing more and more talk of that. What is a UBI? That's basically welfare. All right. Where I come from in West Baltimore, we call it welfare. When the government gives you money and you're not working. But that's the answer. That's the government's answer to how are all these people going to eat when we've got AI? Okay. Now, I'm not going to go down other avenues here about population control and things like that. You're a smart audience. I think you can, connect those dots on your own. But I don't want UBI. Okay. I really like creating and working and feeling a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day when I lay my head on the pillow. I can't imagine just getting a check, walking up to the mailbox. Oh, here's my check. And if you think that that check won't be coupled with, or that universal basic income won't be coupled with, well, you got to take your medicine. Know what I mean? Or you risk losing your benefits. If you don't think it'll be coupled with something like that, you're deluding yourself. Imrod Lexus says, I played around with ChatGPT, Midjourney, and other AI tools. I also work as a beta tester for a web browser that utilizes AI to train and compete rather against other people. Uh, Goes on further to say AI will take over. You know, when you combine AI and something that is not discussed as much, which is quantum computing, when you combine those two things, right? And then I've encouraged you guys to do in the past, take a look at Boston Dynamics. They have a YouTube page. Look at how advanced their robots are. Okay. Also, Tesla and Elon, they're doing some things with robotics as well. When you combine all of that, AI, quantum computing, robotics, and you take that out 10, 15, and then 20 years from now, this world is going to look totally alien to us. Now, these kids being born into it, of course, it'll be their world. They'll be fine with it if they won't know anything else. But to us in Generation X, okay, even the millennials, all right, this is going to be just mind blowing. All right. Um, let's see. This guy over at Dukan, his company, another Twitter user says, and this is the kind of thing people need to understand. You can get your hackles up emotionally, but what you better start doing is thinking about how to mitigate this in your life and in the lives of those that you care about. And one of the ways to do that is by initially at least making them aware of what's going on. Because a lot of people don't even know this stuff is coming down the pike. So one Twitter user says, dude, you disrupted the lives of 90% of your support team and you're celebrating it in public. You also likely destroyed your customer support. Uh, Probably not. Uh, I don't like the fact that, I think it was indelicate to announce these layoffs in the way that he did. And, didn't seem like there was too much empathy there. I'm not sure if that's cultural because, again, this is an Indian based company. All right. So I'm not sure if that's cultural. But even if he delivered the iron fisted news in a velvet glove, the end result is the same. So these people on Twitter seem to be more concerned with how he delivered the news as opposed to, the fact that now these people need to go and find a new way to make some income. Again, I know they're in a different country, but this is also, again, why I'm always talking about multiple streams of income. Uh, he goes on to talk about the actual AI that he's using. Heading up Dukan's artificial intelligence efforts is Ajavzi Yadav. According to Shah's Twitter thread, has been viewed more than 2 million times since it was posted. This kid is ahead of the pack when it comes to AI, Shah wrote, noting that Yadav came up with a working demo of an in-house AI chatbot for Dukan in just one day. Look, you can call it a stereotype if you want. It's very positive. The Indian people are known for their technological savvy, right? So we're seeing this guy has developed something that the company could use, and he did it in short order. The bot was answering almost all common questions about Dukan instantly and accurately, the chief executive said, noting that fell short on account-specific questions like, why has my payout been pending for 2 days? Okay, so that's getting a little into the weeds. It's not ready for it yet, but I bet you they're working on it. Hey, look at this. Just 24 hours later, Yazav came up with another demo that fixed those glitches related to account-specific questions. The bot was then named Lena and was integrated into the site. So there you go. And if you also think about this, They don't, this company, I've never heard of them. They seem to just have brought some guy on who was an expert. Think about these larger companies. All right. If this guy was able to do this level of disruption in his company and save 85% in a week, think about what these larger companies are going to be capable of doing. That old standby customer service job that I've had, customer service jobs when I was in college and even after that, okay, that job is going by the wayside quickly. That's the easiest prey for AI to, you know, get a hold of. So if you're out there and you got that type of job, or you know somebody with that type of job, start to develop multiple streams of income right now, because trust me, your company or their company is taking a look at this.